The following short video on Atelier Interactive Professional Artist Acrylics serves as a perfect introduction to the product line. Interactive is a truly unique acrylic, and to maximize its advantage, please keep in mind these key points. Interactive is a wonderful paint in its own right, with exceptional consistency, brushability, and color load. Available in 80 milliliter tubes, it features a third more paint than standard 60 milliliter tubes and is often priced less. Interactive is great for ordinary acrylic painting techniques and can be combined with regular acrylics. Interactive is the only paint that goes beyond the ordinary to the extraordinary because you can go on blending for as long as you like by simply adding water, or the next day or days later by using the unlocking formula. But you can still dry off quickly and move on when you want. The techniques and methods employed with Interactive are readily accessible to beginners and professionals alike. Whether creating a landscape, portrait, or figurative work, still life, or exploring abstract techniques, you will be able to control the paint instead of having the paint control you. And once you try Interactive, I'm sure you will love painting with it. As a resident artist for Chroma, I get to give a lot of workshops and demonstrations all around the country. So it's pretty inevitable that at some point, someone will come up to me and ask, why should I try Atelier Interactive? And my answer is pretty simple, because Atelier Interactive is a great paint. It is a professional acrylic, so all of the colors are light fast, very important thing to look for when you're considering a paint, and it just feels great. It is incredibly buttery and smooth. It handles beautifully on a palette knife or with a brush. It all depends on what you want to do. It'll keep the mark really, really well. So it just has a nice body and a nice feel. As a painter, you want a paint that's going to be responsive to you, and Interactive really is. It's available in 75 incredibly vibrant shades. I mean, you can kind of see my cobalt turquoise light hue here. It's very, very pigment rich. So you won't have any problems even if you thin your paint out a little bit for glazing effects, or if you want to thin it for some water media effects. Interactive is also incredibly versatile as a paint. Because it is an acrylic, you can use it for all your acrylic needs. So you can use it for acrylic paintings, you can use it for collage effects, you can use it for water media effects, all sorts of different things. Now, the color range alone, the 75 colors, is everything you could want. It's got all of your single pigment colors, like your cadmiums and your cobalts. It also has these wonderful micaceous colors in golds and silvers and coppers. That's what I use on the background of my painting here. I've used some silver, so that micaceous metallic color is going to give this painting kind of a weird glow when it's all done. Now, it also comes in these amazing chiaroscuro colors, all of these toning blacks. So we've got some green blacks, some red blacks, some blue blacks, which can really give you some wonderful smoky type of effects. Interactive is available in a whole range of transparencies, from transparent to semi-transparent to opaque. So as you can tell, Interactive is just a great paint overall. Now, if you want to take it a little bit further, Interactive is definitely going to be the paint for you. As an acrylic paint, Interactive does set up fast, but it's versatile enough that you can actually work wet and wet. Let me show you. In some areas of my painting, it's already touch dry, and that's what I expect from an acrylic, so that I can overpaint, so that I can scumble, so that I can glaze. But when I want to take it a little bit further and actually work with it in a wet and wet manner, all I need to do is just give it a little bit of water, just enough to make my paint nice and smooth again, and make my surface slick, and it already is. So now, using a brush, my fingers, a rag, I can actually start to work my paint in a different way and push it now in a wet and wetness, a totally new direction in acrylics. And I didn't have to do anything incredibly special. All I did was just use a little bit of water. Now, if I wanted to dip my brush in some water or dip my brush in some medium, that would be the same thing. I personally like to use the water sprayer because I find that's just really easy. So now I can mix colors, I can blend, I can feather my edges. Controlling edges in an acrylic painting can be very important. It really adds a lot of depth. And it's pretty neat too, because not only can I add colors, but if I wanted to, I could remove color as well. Kind of the way that oil painters can scrape down, putter their painting if they don't like the way they look. With Interactive, again, again, I can just use my water sprayer. And now I can actually start to remove and get back down to my underlayer where I've sealed my surface already. So I can use these type of effects when I just need to control my painting, or I can use this whole idea of revealing layers very deliberately to get some neat effects, kind of get the background to come out through. So really, Interactive is just very, very versatile. And there's more. The next day, or even days later, I can use the unlocking formula to reactivate my interactive painting. When water doesn't reopen my uncured paint, I spray unlocking formula, like I am right now in these swatches, and now I'll be able to blend, I'll be able to feather my edges. See how it's making that really pretty green? If I even want to scratch into my painting, I can do that. I could even decide to reveal some of my underlayers again. And if you like working with mediums, you're going to love working with Interactive. And that's because there's a complete line of mediums that you can use to enhance or exploit the properties of the paint. With Interactive, you don't need to use mediums, but they do add a lot to the fun. Now, there are mediums for locking down your layers, for sealing your surface. This would be a medium such as the binder medium, and the binder is perfect for that. You want to seal your surface, you want to seal layers of paint, maybe you want to even use it as a glue for collage. The fast medium is great to add directly to your paint mixtures for a more fluid paint, one that is going to act more like a conventional acrylic. You won't be able to reopen it with water. And then there are mediums that you can use to even give yourself more working time. Mediums like the liquid slow medium, great for glazing, thinner paint effects. The clear painting medium is a perfect all-around painting medium, wonderful for that mid-viscosity paint. And then there's the thick slow medium, which is great for plein air painting when you want to have a thicker type of paint, one that really will respond to water for a long period of time. And if you really like to have texture, then you'd want to check out the impasto gel and the modeling compound, which are wonderful for all over structure in your piece. So as you can see, Interactive and its lines of mediums is really just a great overall line of paint. It's one that is perfect for students and professionals, for acrylic artists, oil painters, water media artists, beginners, experts. It's definitely a paint that you should check out.